What up, champion? Welcome to the channel. I'm Miss Cherry, and today we finna run through a back day, a back and bicep day with my partner Jules. So before we get to this gym, I wanted to share my pre-workout with y'all. It's YOLO, and I really like this pre-workout because the last one that I was on, it went a little too crazy with the caffeine. This one has 300 milligrams and also this funnel too. I really like how this funnel setup is because you know, if you don't got the funnel, you're trying to pour it in your bottle, it's spilling all everywhere and all that other stuff. Not the vibes, but YOLO took care of that. It's been giving me the tingles still. I'm still feeling the strength. I'm feeling energized in the gym, and I'm definitely focused too. But if you want more information on this, check out my boy Mike's IG page, because he talk about a lot of different supplements on there too. Like, he actually got me hip to this one too. This is a creatine called APS. And on like one of his recent posts on his IG, he talked about like what this actually does for your body and everything. Cause I didn't know, like with creatine, you gotta kind of do like a heavy load at the beginning of taking it just so you can get the creatine through your system. So the instructions, it basically say you gotta take it 4 times a day for 5 days. So 4 servings per day for 5 days, which is crazy. But now, since I'm past the 5 days, since I'm past the 5-day mark, I'm only taking this once a day. Or sometimes I might take it twice a day. It kind of depends. And then the protein that I'm always on, and I've been on for the past 6 years, is this plantain. Because I'm a pescatarian, and a lot of protein powders have like different type of products in there. So I rock with this one the most because plant-based protein could be like straight gruesome. Could be super nasty, but at the same time, this has been the best flavored protein powder I've ever had. Like, I tried a whole bunch of different ones, and I'm not like sponsored by none of this. This is like legit coming from like a genuine place. Like, this is a real good plant-based protein. And he got like a whole bunch of different flavors just by a YouTuber, Mike Rashid. But these 3, pre-workout, creatine, and protein, them the 3 supplements that I'm on. So we finna go ahead and get to this gym with Jules, hit this back and bicep day. And you know how we always do it, champion. Go hard or go home. Put in that work and let's get it. All right, champ. So first workout, we doing a little warm-up set. So with the warm-up set, you're doing 10 both hands and then 5 individual. So you're doing a combination of both, and then you switch into the isolation movement. Let's get to it. So bro, what you be thinking about like when you doing this exercise? Cause we doing these hot rolls.
Shit, really it depends, cause like when I do double hands, I'm kind of just focused on like squeezing my back as much as possible.
Right.
But when I do it with like one hand, you can really feel it in your lat because you can go back a little further. I feel like when you do one hand, you can kind of twist your body and pull your elbow into your lat more. So I feel it in my lat more when I do it with one arm. But when I do it with double arms, it's mostly like squeezing. I still feel it in both lats, but I feel it more so like in the middle of my back, if that makes sense, than versus like the wing, the outside area.
So would you like stay heavy on this, or would you go light? What would you do? Because I know you said the squeezes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, usually for machines, like I don't really stress too much about going heavy. It's more so about the contractions to me with the machines. Now with like free weights, with like a barbell or like dumbbells or something like that, I'll try to go heavier just because I want to build that strength. But with the machines, I'm more so focused on hitting that muscle. So I kind of do more contraction with lower weights, lower tempos, stuff like that.
Oh, God. So champ, when I'm doing this, remember I always say mind-muscle connection. I try to think about my lats and all the muscles that's actually moving the weight.
Bake that pop. Pull up, hop out, then I bake that pop. Bake that pop. Pull up, hop out, then I swerve. Bake that pop.
And another thing is too, like when you're doing this exercise and you're doing both arms at the same time, you focusing on the squeezes in the back, you hold it just for like a second or two. And then once you start to do the isolation, your other arm that's holding the weight is one of your arms is still holding the weight up while the other arm is working. Still adding a whole different type of beast to your exercise. So sometimes it's good to go ahead and do the compound, doing them at the same time, and then doing the isolation. Switch it up a little bit. Make the gym interesting. Let's get it. So on this high row, basically what we did as far as rep ranges, we did 3 sets. We did 15 reps on each arm. But make sure that you're getting those little slight pauses and make sure that you actually holding the weight up with your other hand when you're doing the isolation. So one hand should be holding the weight up and the other one should be working. And then vice versa. This one should be up now and this one should be working. And turn up.
Chest assisted row. I'm really gonna do this with like a wide grip to kind of hit the middle of my back and like my rear delt. I already did barbell rows at the beginning to kind of hit that lower lat area, so I'm gonna try to hit some upper back right here. It don't look like you're doing that much weight, but once you get on this hoe, you like, damn, this hoe heavy. I hope feel good. I guess try to like flare your elbows out more when you bring it up, so you feel that bitch like in the middle.
All right, Chubb, so like, when you working out and you working out with other people, you kind of gotta watch what they doing too. So we doing this exercise, me paying attention to detail, I noticed that when I'm pulling up, I'm low-key bringing my body off of the pad. And I noticed that bro was keeping his chest on the pad a little bit, but slightly coming up. So I went ahead and lowered the weight, and I'm finna try to adjust and see how that feels and see if that works out for me too. So pay attention to everything, like pay attention to whoever you working out with, movement to help yourself progress. You know what I'm saying? Because you might add that little tweak in yours into your movement, and it might give you a different result. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little bigger, you might get a little better. Iron sharpens iron at the end of the day, so let's get it. So, me doing that, me paying attention to that detail, I realized that when I was doing it at first, I was adding momentum. So, me actually keeping my chest on the pad and slightly coming up just a little bit, as far as like chest-wise, I noticed that it took my momentum out. So it made the exercise a little bit harder. I felt it a lot more in my the top shelf of my back. So just look for them little details, make them minor tweaks, and it'll be a whole different workout for what it really was, originally was. So let's get it. We doing the lat pull down with this natural grip bar. What you say, bro? It's slightly wide.
Yeah, it's a little wider than the close grip, so you could just, I don't know. I don't know if it's that much different, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know with me, it feels a little bit more natural. I feel like I can go down deeper with my elbows than I can with the close grip, but
I feel like the stretch
I
is
don't
better
really.
too, low key.
Yeah, I feel like you get a better stretch and a better squeeze.
So we doing 4 sets, and we gonna keep going up in weight. We started with 15 reps just for the warm up, but 4 sets, champ. Let's get it.